How you doing, guys? Have you ever noticed you start a new job or you're in a new situation where you meet a bunch of new people? You notice the first day, everybody's pretty much on an even keel. You don't know them, so you really don't like them. You don't dislike them. As a few days passes, you find there are people that you like more than others. There will be other people that you could take or leave. And as time goes on, there will be people there that you absolutely cannot stand. And the funny thing is, too, there will be people that cannot stand you. There will also be people that are very fond of you. That's the real world. That's just the way it is. Not everybody clicks. So does the same situation go on at the Kingdom Halls? Of course it does. My social circle has always been somewhat limited. I mean, I know a lot of people, I like a lot of people, but there are actually very few people that I do consider friends. That's just the way it is. My first few months at the Kingdom Hall, I noticed the one thing that they dropped the word the friends too much. This was what they tried to tell me, that everybody at the Kingdom Hall was now your friend. We're family. Yeah, it may sound good on paper, but in the real world, it doesn't work that way. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There was a few people at the Kingdom Hall that I was very fond of, and as time went on, I found a lot of people there that I was not too crazy about, and if not, I couldn't stand. And I have no doubt in my mind that there were a lot of people at the hall that couldn't stand me either. That's just the way it is. That's the real world, and it does go on at the Kingdom Hall as well. The same thing applies to former Jehovah's Witnesses. If you're fresh out of the cult and have just come across the XJW community on YouTube, good, glad for you. But just because somebody is a former Jehovah's Witness doesn't mean that they're going to be your friend, doesn't mean that their information should be taken overly serious. There are some things that you're going to have to look out for. Keep in mind that you've just come out of a high control group. That controlled your behavior, controlled your thoughts, and controlled your information. If you've escaped and you're now free, you've got to get out of that mindset that you have tunnel vision, just like the JWs do. Remember, you were living with blinders on. You were only looking at the information that they were spoon feeding you, which really wasn't that much. Remember, this entire world is a vast array of information. Since I started watching the XJW community some years ago, I've noticed a lot of channels have pretty much morphed. There's only so much information about Watchtower and Jehovah's Witnesses you can throw out there before it kind of gets redundant. A lot of channels have opted to do research on what they thought was the truth. And they've even expanded from there. Don't be afraid of any channel that has opted to do research. They're not telling you what to believe, which I'll go into in a second. All they're doing is throwing information out there to let you make the decision. Remember, you were like this for a long time. And I've seen a lot of channels that do research take a lot of heat from other channels because of it, which is the one thing I'm going to put out there that you need to look out for. If you come across a channel that has made it their mission to bash another channel because of the research they're doing, your best bet is to turn that channel off. Because basically what they're doing, they're trying to tell you what to believe. If the channel they're bashing is a relatively large channel, sorry about the lighting, guys. The rain is coming in. We got a tropical depression over us. And I'm just too lazy to stand up and turn the light on. Now I lost my train of thought. But what they are trying to do, if they are bashing a larger channel, they are attempting to attract their subscribers and their viewers to their content. Be very careful of any channel that will do video after video after video bashing another channel. There's always going to be disagreements. Remember, the XJW community, all these videos you're seeing, for the most part, is research that they're doing and their opinions. Remember, there's nothing wrong with anyone's opinions. That's what makes the world go round. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that disagree with somebody else's content, and that's going to happen. If you disagree with it, you simply put your own information out there. You don't have to bash another person. But like I said, there are some channels out there that continually bash another channel to attract viewers to them. I tend to avoid them, and they sound, for the most part, pompous when they do so, especially when they're putting out video after video after video targeting another channel. There's been several YouTubers that have been targeted over this last year. Another thing you want to be very careful of. Remember, you're coming out of a high control group that's telling you what to believe. And chances are right now, if you're coming out, you don't know what to believe. That's very common with a lot of former Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, I thought we had the truth. Then I kind of find out we didn't. What do I believe now? There's no hurry to make any decision like that. Matter of fact, you may never decide what the truth is. There's just so much information in the world today. But be very careful also of another channel that is pounding a Bible in your head, in your face, and telling you what to believe. Whether they're pushing the King James. Oh, you've got to read the King James Bible. No, you don't. It's a translation like any other Bible. It is not infallible. But there are channels out there that will push it. Remember, they're not scholars either. This is their opinion. But you've come out of a control group that's been telling you what to believe your whole life. Don't let anyone else sucker you in, because that's exactly what they are doing. There's a lot of people that come out of this community looking for somebody else to take the lead, and that's the problem. No, don't let anyone take the lead out of your life and your belief. All you can do is make up your mind yourself, because the thing is, if you're coming out of this organization, there's a lot of people that have been broken, a lot of people that have been fragile, and their first mistake is wanting someone else to take the lead. Most of the YouTube channels that I was watching while I was still in, very few of them are still around. That's just the real world. They get their message out there, then they move on. And I was amazed at the vast array of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses that are out there. There's a constant influx coming in. You're not going to be able to watch every one of them. As a matter of fact, there's many out there that I was totally unaware that was even out there. That's the real world. And as it is, there's a lot of channels that I'm fond of that I just don't really have time to watch today. That's another thing you want to be careful of. Be careful of anybody laying any guilt trip on you to watch their videos, to subscribe to their channel. This is the real world. You may not have time. I watch them when I can. I don't have an awful lot of time on my hands these days, and to be honest, there are very few YouTube videos that I watch anymore. That's just the way it is. I've kind of moved on from it. Like I said, there are going to be some channels out there that you're very fond of, that you're going to look forward to. There are others that you may like, but you don't have time to watch. And there's going to be other channels that absolutely repulse you. That's just personal taste. But just be careful of those certain things that I've mentioned. Don't let anybody pound a Bible into your head and tell you what to believe. Be very careful of anybody that continually bashes another channel. And don't let any YouTuber guilt you into watching their videos, because chances are they've got issues that they're dealing with themselves that are not your issues. Anyways, guys, that's all I wanted to get out there. Guys, I may be a little bit slow in responding to your comments. In my infinite wisdom, I took on a second job, so I really, at this point in time, don't have a lot of free time. As a matter of fact, right now, I'm in between coming and going, so I thought I would put a video out there. But anyways, you guys have a good week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.